All right, so let's grab your ring. You guys should have a ring somewhere around you, at the end of your frame or under the reformer. And then let's lay on down, head in your headrest. And you're gonna put your right foot, ball of foot, toes into the ring. Good. And then let's bend that right leg. Your left foot can either be planted on the foot bar or long over the top of the foot, whatever feels better on your hips and lower back. We're going to extend the right leg straight up to the sky, flex the foot, and then bend that leg back in. Extend the leg straight up to the sky, flex, and bend it back in. Good. Feel that stretch down the back of the leg, reaching through the heel. Holding the leg straight up to the sky and flex and point your foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your foot flexed. Really feel how the ring kind of just pulls your thigh bone into the mat. And then we're going to spiral the legs. You're going to externally rotate to the right and feel that come from your whole leg socket. And then internally rotate that thigh. Externally rotate and internally rotate. Now the hard part is trying to do this without gripping into the lower back, without feeling your hip hiking up as you're twisting your thigh bone. Try to, as in, release the tension. Good. And then you're gonna hold it with the right hand and open the leg out to the right side of the room. You can do one of two things and continue to feel like you're pulling that right leg down without rolling off the reformer, or pulling the leg upward towards your ear. Exhale it back into center. Hold it with the left hand and slightly go across your body towards your left shoulder, keeping that hip heavy. And then release, and we'll switch sides. So left toes, ball of foot in. Right foot can either be planted or long over the foot bar. First we bend the leg and extend the leg. Ooh, I like that color. Bend and extend. I did my own pedicure the other day. And like, it's fine. Like, don't look too close kind of thing. Looks good from up here, right? But then I wear sneakers, because I wear sneakers every day now. And like the next day, so like you would think like totally dry, like right the afternoon of the day earlier. And like my big toe looks like crap. Like, how did it happen?
Yeah, I think the ones they use in the salon dry a lot faster.
Oh yeah. Hold the legs straight up to the sky. Flex and point your foot. Feeling that going down the back of the leg, hamstring. And then hold the foot flexed, spiraling the leg internally and externally. Feeling that thigh bone moving in your leg socket. Keeping your hip heavy and relaxed. And then hold it with the left hand, opening it out to the left side of the room, keeping the hips heavy. Exhale as you pull through center. Cross it towards the right shoulder. Feeling that hip stay grounded into the mat. And release. Good. Now we're going to come to standing. Sorry. Come on up. You're going to hold your ring still though. So you're going to take both of your hands on the handle, one handle. So one handle is facing the floor, other handle is in your hands. Yep. And you're going to roll down. until the handle touches the floor. And then make sure your handle is not right up against your toes. So shift it away from you a little bit, soften your knees. Good. So let your head be heavy and your back is gonna stay round. So with straight arms, take a deep breath in. And exhale, flex your ribs into the ring, curling, pressing, squeezing downward. And then round your back, releasing the ring. Exhale, dive down. Good. Keep this heavy and think of like a crunch. Yeah. And then roll, roll, roll. Dive into it. Yeah, there's the belly a little bit more. You feel that? Good. Dive down into it. So you want to keep your head heavy, but it's up your inner thigh. Good. And keep your back staying really rounded. And keep your head going through your arms as you push and round it back up. Keep your head heavy. Dive down your arms and down. There you go. There, belly a little bit more. Keep your arms straight. So you're squeezing into the ring. So you don't push. And really. But you control your ring, don't let the ring control you. Good. And roll all the way up to standing. Holding the ring handles in either hand. Arms up to the sky. Side flex up and over to the right. Soften your knees. Take the right arm and pull you a little bit further to the right side, feeling that stretch deeper down that left side body. Exhale as you come through center. Take it up and over to the left side. Feel that left arm pull you deeper. And release. Good morning stretch. Lift the heart. Leaning up and back behind you. And release. Let's place the ring between our inner ankle bones. Good. So just above the bony part so it doesn't feel bad. And then narrow your feet in as close as you can so that you're more of an oval shape instead of a circle shape.
More than that.
Yeah, no, you're good. That's good. So the hard part is trying not to let your ankles roll. Okay. So feel all 10 of your toes into the floor. Squeeze your thighs. Feel the thigh muscles engage into your hips. And lift the heels up. And lower the heels. Lift the heels. And lower the heels. Good. Feeling those knees lifting up into the thighs lifting up into the hips. Feel like your puppet strings lifting you all the way up towards the ceiling. Three, 2, 1 last time. Lift and lower. Now let's turn our heels in. Toes slightly turn out as you're standing in your Pilates V feet. Perfect. And the same thing, keep that oval shape as your heels lift and lower. So this you can kind of feel going more around the booty, right? The smile of the butt cheeks. Good. And then we're going to go back to being parallel. So I call this the penguin lock. So I like to do my little penguin hands. So we're back to parallel. We're going to tip our weight into the right foot. So your toes of your left foot are just barely touching. So without like hiking the hip to lift the foot off the floor, I want you to stay balanced and just flex your foot off the floor. Lower that foot, tip over to the left, and flex your right foot off the floor. Lower, tip over, and flex. Lower, tip over, and flex. So it's a little brain-body dexterity going on. Good. And then we're going to stay to one side. Flex the foot off. Focus at your inner thigh. Squeeze, 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 down. Grab your ring and roll it on up. Good job. You place your ring off to the side. Put your foot bars up on the high bar. So we have 2 reds, a blue, and a green spring on. 2 reds, blue, and a green. Good. And then lay on down. Head in your headrest. Perfect. Good. So your heels will be on the foot bar. Parallel your feet. Good. And flex through those heels. Press all the way out, all the way in. Feeling when you're coming in, that your feet stay heavy. Your heels stay heavy. Feel your tail get heavy and wide as you come down. So you're connecting with the back of those legs as you flex back down. Pressing all the way out. Come halfway down and squat pulses. Drop it down. 3, 4, 9, 10. Press all the way out. Go halfway down. This time think of an up pulse. So you're pushing upward instead of sinking down. Then all of a sudden that just shifted the strength into your thighs, into the front of your knees. Pressing all the way out, all the way back in. Go parallel on your toes. High heel shoes, press all the way out, all the way in. Feel the knees lifting at the top and drag your way back in, like you're pulling the foot bar towards you. Coming down to the bumper. So my mom and my stepdad came into town. They have 2 little dogs, Yorkie and a mini Schnauzer. The mini Schnauzer is old. She's a little weird. The Yorkie's young and a little hypey. Yoda's pissed.
I don't know.
Yoda's hiding.
I thought Yoda would be here today.
No, I mean, he's like so stressed out right now.
Oh.
But my
Did he
mom
see your
is
luggage?
there because we don't want Yoda to be left alone for a week. Hold your legs all the way out long. Drop your heels under. Lift your heels high. Lower the heels. Lift the heels. He hates her dogs. Because he's never been around little dogs before. And they just, you've met him. He's so mellow. He's very curious, but he's so mellow. And he's just like, what the hell is this thing in my house? So you come halfway down to the bumper. Keep your carriage steady. Same thing. Lift and lower the heels here, up and down. Keeping the carriage from moving, feeling the thigh bones moving. So I realized, I'm like, okay, if I shut him into the bedroom with my primary and a big bedroom, big bathroom, closet, he has a lot of space that he can just feel safe in, and those dogs aren't coming in. Press all the way out, lengthen all the way back in. Go back to your heels on the foot bar in Pilates V feet, heels together, toes and knees apart, pressing all the way out, all the way in. So I'm hoping that he'll kind of calm down, knowing that he has his own space. But then my mom can go into there and be with him and hang out with him and
watch TV with him or something.
Yeah, so God.
Aww.
So I feel so terrible.
No, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine, but it's just all right, we've been through enough. What are you doing to me?
He'll be okay. The dogs will probably calm down once they know they're there.
No, it's because we have 2 stories, so if you're coming downstairs, they think somebody new is here. Drop your tail more. Yep. Grief.
Yeah.
And then go halfway, squat pulses. So you start coming down the stairs, and the dogs are and you're like, this is my house, little dog, don't bark at me. Press all the way out, all the way back in. Stay in your Pilates V, float down to your toes. Good, and we're gonna do a flex and point. point at the top, so press all the way out. Drop the heels, lift the heels, bend it in. All the way out, lower, lift the heels, all the way in. Good. Then they definitely were like, well, he's not gonna like it if you get a puppy. I was like,
Oh, he'll be.
I'm like, my future puppy will not be like your little yucky dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, it's gonna
It'll
be
be
fine. Two more. Last one. Lower lift. Bring it all the way back in. And let's do toes wide to the side. Last version. You can do one of two things. You can keep your heels low, so you can feel with your heels low. It's a little bit of like an ankle stretch, Achilles calf stretch. If you lift your heels high, you'll feel that more in the tops of the thighs, supporting the knee muscles, all that stuff. So you choose which one you want to do, either low heels or high heels, with your toes though. And press all the way out, all the way in. Press all the way out, go halfway down, tails heavy, right heel lifts and lowers, left heel lifts and lowers, alternate, lift and lower, good. You can feel how one maybe moves a little bit more effortlessly than the other. Press all the way out, lengthen. One last time, halfway down, tails heavy. Carriage stays steady as both heels lift and lower. Both lift and lower, keeping your glutes relaxed. Tail heavy, feel those thigh bones pull towards you and away from you. Pressing all the way out, all the way back in. Last version, toes in the middle. And press out for running, alternating your heels. Stretch and stretch. And then massage your feet, walking up and down the bar, get your pressure points. And then come all the way back in. Good. Carefully rock on up to seated. You're going to change to one red, one blue. You're going to grab your ring, then lay back down. You'll place your legs through the ring. The ring handles will go just above your knees at your thighs, the outer thighs. Good. Make sure your shoulders are not shoved up into your shoulder pads. And grab your handles behind you. Perfect. So find a frog leg tabletop. So feet in Pilates V, and you'll feel how your thighs can kind of push apart the ring a little bit more, working on that outer hip and thigh. Long arms to the sky, and you're pulling those arms down and all the way back up. Good. Maintaining that outer thigh squeeze against the ring as your arms lower and lift. Feeling when you're lowering that you're pressing through the back of the arms and shoulders. Exhale into the back of the ribs. As we lower the arms, I want you to squeeze out against the ring as you lower. Release the ring in the arms as you lift. Squeeze as you press down. Release as you come up. Squeeze as you press down. Release as you come up. Good. On this next round, same exact exact thing we've been doing, but we're just gonna curl the head up as well. So as you press into the straps, squeeze out on the ring and curl forward with those upper abs. Control as you lower. Squeeze apart the ring and curl forward with those upper abs. Control as you lower. Two more. Good. On this last one, I want you to stay lifted, keep your head up, keep your arms by your side, and just squeeze out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good job. Hang up your straps. We're going to take that ring to your inner thighs. So just above the knee and the inner thighs. Perfect. So your arches are on the foot bar. Switch it so the inner thighs is about Good. Arches are on the foot bar. I personally like my feet a little bit more narrow because it allows my hips to relax wide with the ring. Because if you're trying to keep your feet wide and your knees wide, the hips still feel pretty grippy. And this just widens your pelvis for more room. Now, take a deep breath in. Focus on your breath and those upper inner thighs as you squeeze into the ring. And let everything release back out. Inner thighs, squeeze and release. Good. Feel your tail drop heavy. So as you're squeezing in, there's no tension in the pelvis, and you can feel the pelvic floor muscles connecting. Good. Squeezing in, hold your squeeze. Little pulses in. 9, 10, let it go out. Keep your left leg completely stable. The right knee, inner thigh squeezes in and release. Just that right side, in and out. Two more. Last one. Left leg only. Squeeze and release. Two, one. Good. Keep your knees wide. You're holding the ring, but I don't want you to feel like you're squeezing the ring. Press down through the back of the arms and shoulders. Roll your hips up into bridge, one bone at a time. You lift, inhaling at the top. Exhale, roll through the spine, one bone at a time. Exhale, rolling up, inhaling at the top. Melt, upper back, middle back, lower back, tailbone. 3 more, lift. Good, soften through the ribs, melt through the spine. 2, lift. Good. On this last one, I want you to stay lifted up at the top. Hold it here. Squeeze that ring for 5, 3, 2, and hold. Push halfway out with the carriage back in for 5. Stay lifted in those hips. Push halfway. Pull in for 4. Exhale for 3 and 2. Roll it all the way down. Remove your ring. Hug your knees in towards your chest and rock your hips from right to left. Good job. Carefully come on up to seated. You're going to change to a red only, just one red. Spin around, face through the back, legs through your head rest. Head rest is flat. Grabbing up on the ribs will give you a little bit more resistance. Down at the handles, a little less. So sitting nice and tall, arms just outside the frame. Straight arms pull straight back. Grow tall. Control as you release. Straight arms pull straight back. And release. Feeling like your arms are rowing down into water, back. 4 more rounds. All the way back by your hips. 3 pulses with upper arm, upper arm, upper arm, release. All the way back and pulse it. 1, 2, 3, release. 2 more times. All the way back. 1, 2, 3, and release. Last time. All the way back. Pulse it. 1, 2, 3, release it forward. Slightly pitch your spine forward. So feel your booty bones kind of widen behind you. Keep your heart and your gaze looking out towards your toes. Bend your elbows in towards your sides. Feel your shoulders go into the pockets. And you're going to kick your arms back and bend your elbows in. Kick back and bend in. Exhale, straighten and bend. Exhale, straighten and bend. 3 more. Press. Feel those shoulders drawing down the back for 2. Press. Feel as those arms go back, your belly pulls in and release. Grab your handles, palms face up. Sit nice and tall. Vision that your arm is sitting on a table. So we don't want to drop the elbows. We want to keep them lifted. Bicep curl towards your temples and extend the arm back out. Exhale, flex and straighten. Feel your front ribs get heavy. So we're sitting tall over our hips, not leaning those shoulders behind us. Good. On this next one, I want you to hold your bicep curl, squeeze your butt, focus at leaning back from your hips with a flat back. Bring your arms with you as you lean. Exhale, lift back up, release those arms. Bicep curl, squeeze your bottom, hinge, straight back, lift back up, release the arms. 3 more. Bicep curl, lean, lift, and release. 2 more. Try not to feel a lot of tension in your grip as you lean. 1 last time. Hinge, lift, and release. Hang up your straps. Do a butterfly stretch. Soles of your feet together, knees wide, hinging forward. Good. Nice. Okay. So, we are going to keep this red. Hopefully you can see me here. Yeah, here. Okay. So you're gonna kneel kind of like in the middle of your mat. It really has more to do with like your leg length, body length, okay? So I'm looking as though I am in a modified plank, right? So my hip is stacked with my knee, shoulders with my wrist, and I'm extending, pushing out, and bending back in. Extending, pushing out, and bending back in. So it's not super heavy, so it's a little bit more balance oriented than strength oriented. And if you need a knee pad, let me know. There is one underneath you, Katie. Yes. Okay. So at first it feels a little awkward as your knee is bent, but push through the hip, extend the leg, and bend the leg. Your whole foot is connected to the foot bar, and you're only going into that leg extension, right? We're not continuing to push with the left leg, just the right one. Yeah, you guys look great. Two. 1 last time, pressing all the way out, all the way back in. Close your carriage. Draw that right leg straight over the top of the foot bar. Good. Now really feel the chest, the shoulders, and everything opening up so you're in that modified side plank. Focus right at that booty thigh. Flex your foot. Little lift up. Woo. Little lift up.
Doesn't want to go anywhere.
I know, it's so hard. Plus your leg is already at your hip level or very close to it. So it's really not that big of a range of motion. Hold, lower the leg, take a deep breath in. One last version. Float it up, point through the toes, little circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Good job, y'all. Woo-wee, baby. Nice. Good. So, this next one, I would say, because we have the handles on, let's do a yellow. So 1 yellow spring. Okay. So we're gonna be kneeling on the mat, still facing the same direction. Okay. So the closer to your shoulder pads you are, the less resistance you have, but it's more like this backside shoulder here, and it is a pretty light spring tension. My feet are hanging off so that my ankles don't rub on that frame. So I'm kind of sitting back in my hips, and I'm looking out in front of me. My arms are kind of wrapped around my body a little bit. So the right hand has the strap, and I'm pulling out and lifting up. And then I'm hinging from my hips as I draw back. Pulling out, lifting up, and hinge from the hips as you go back. For 3, reach and release. So you have to let those hips go to give your thighs room to move as you sit back, right? Keeping your gaze out in front of you. On this next one, we're gonna keep the hips lifted, press out and hold. Same arm movement, in across the body, exhale out to the sides. In across the body, exhale to the sides. One more. Pull and release. Good job. All right, so go back to a single red so that we can do it all over again on the other side. Okay, so 1 red only. So we're kneeling with our right knee down in the middle of the mat. Right hand on your headrest. And your left foot goes on the foot bar. Perfect. Slide your right leg back a little bit more so you can open your hip up. Yeah, there you go. And feel the hips open forward. Yeah, there you go. Keep your hand grounded though. So full foot connection on the foot bar. Extend, push away, and bend back in. Keep your right leg underneath your hip and just move that left leg. Exhale, press. Good job. Shoulders, ribs, and hips are stacked, finding those obliques to help stabilize you. Okay. For 4, 3, 2, 1 last time, pressing all the way out, all the way back in. Good. So take that leg straight over the top of the foot bar. Stack your shoulders, ribs, and hips. You're in that modified plank. Focus on that upper hip and thigh. Straight leg lifts. Straight leg lowers. Straight leg lifts. Straight leg lowers. Exhale, up. Good. Reach that energy out through the bottom of the foot, stretching your leg away from you. Good. Hold it up. Small circles for 5, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 5, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Let's change to just a yellow spring. 1 yellow. Nice. So then it's the left hand that grabs the strap. The closer you are to the shoulder pads, the less resistance you have. So we're sitting back, our arms are kind of hugged around the belly, and we're lifting up and pull those arms out to a T, and then hinge as we lower back down. Lift and squeeze, release it back. Lift and squeeze, release it back. One last time, pull out to the side. We're gonna stay lifted and hold it up. Just move those arms. Close them back in around your body. Exhale, pull back out to the sides. Close in around the body. Exhale, pull out to the sides. For 3. That one did only good.
And I did class yesterday at this weight, so.
One more. Pull and release. Good job. Hang up your strap. Nice. All right. Let's add our boxes on. We're gonna do a short box. Short box in front of the shoulder pads. Let's flatten our foot bar. And we will be on 1 blue spring. So short box, no foot bar, 1 blue spring. Alright, so we're going to use our ring. This is the awkward part. You're putting it like right between your ribs and your sternum, your bra line, okay? So you're gonna lift up into a plank position. So we're holding this plank position and we're letting our ribs fall into the ring, elbows are out to the sides, and then we're exhaling back up. So it's a push up, lowering down and lifting up. But this is a very supported push up, probably your favorite push up you'll ever do. Getting into position is a little awkward, but once you get there, you'll feel better. So finding that plank position, and whatever angle of the elbows that works for you, focus at your ribs lowering to do.
Yeah. Roll into it.
There you go, that was perfect, yep. Think of the rib cage lowering into it and lifting. There you go. You got it. Yeah, you're doing great. That's it. Exhaling up for 5. Ribs lift you up for 4. Try really hard not to move your carriage at all. For 3. Nice job. 2. And 1. Carefully bring your knees in. Remove your ring off to the side. Drop down onto your forearms. So make sure your elbows and shoulders are stacked. Like a lot of the times we tend to shift our shoulders too far forward over the elbows, and then the front of those shoulders get really tired and over dominant. So just look down, make sure you're at that perfect 90-degree bend. When you're ready, press out and find plank. And we're just gonna hold. We're just gonna breathe. Feel the whole forearm pressing down, not just the bony parts of your elbow. And feel when you press down into the whole forearm that kind of connects more with that underside of the rib and shoulder. Stay wide across the back of the ribs and shoulders. Stay strong and long in those legs. Last deep breath. Bring it back down, bending your knees back in. Okay, so we got 2 more versions. The next one I call it jackrabbit, where we're bending at the hips and knees and extending from the hips and knees. So something that you can do, this changes what muscles are working. So parallel legs, you're gonna feel more in your quads. If you do a Pilates V, where your knees kind of go outside your body a little bit more, I feel like you give that attention more to your center, to your core. So figure out which one you like better, and you do you. So finding that forearm plank again, either parallel or Pilates V feet, pressing all the way out. Good. And we're gonna bend at the hips and knees, bring the carriage back, extend from the hips and knees. Bend and extend. Good. Nice, guys. Your backs look great, nice and long. Stay lifted in the spine. Nice. 3, pressing through the whole arm, forearm. 2. One last time, you got it. Rest it down. Good job. Okay, last version. It's hiking. So the same thing here. I personally like Pilates V because I tend to hyperextend my knee on the right side, and when I lift my hips up, I can get into my knee negatively. So for me, when I turn out, I get a little bit more of tension to the backside of my body and my hip and my thigh. So parallel to me is a little bit more quad oriented, can maybe pull into the knee negatively. Pilates V gives a little bit more whole thigh connection. So finding your forearm plank one last time. So we're gonna keep the legs long, so either parallel or Pilates V. And you're piking, so you're lifting the hips up and pulling the carriage back, and then lengthen back out into plank. Lift the hips and lower. And not only about the hips lifting, but feel the knees lifting, feel your core lifting, feel that pelvic floor bring you back. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully rest it down. Good job, y'all. Have a seat on your box and grab your ring.
Endorphin.
Well, it's like most things in Pilates, you know, so you're sitting down, laying down, like sometimes you just lose all sense of direction. You're like, usually when I work out, I'm standing. And I know my right from my left. Like we're in all different planes of motion. So you're gonna place the ring handle at your right shoulder. The heel of your hand is over the top, and make sure, kind of like a boom box, right? Yep, there you go. So sit nice and tall. We're getting into those biceps. Tall spine. Exhale, squeeze down, tap your head, and release. Squeeze down, tap your head, and release. Feeling like you're growing up through the crown of your head. Three, 2, hold it low on 1, little pulses, 10, 4, 3, 2, 1, release, switch sides. Heel the hand on the handle, tall spine. Exhale, squeeze down, tap the top of the head, and release. Full range of motion, all the way down, all the way up. Hold it low on 1, little pulses, 10, 3, 2, 1, release. You're gonna place the ring behind your back, behind the box, so that the arms can be long and away from you, like your hands on the ring and the ring behind you. Yep, perfect. So feel your chest and shoulders roll down your back, let your ring go off. Yep, perfect. So the arms are long. Good. So feel that heart lifting, feel your chest lifting, getting back into those triceps. From the upper arm, lift the arm, lower the arm, lift and lower. Sitting nice and tall, keep your heart up. Feel that stretch through the front of the chest, the shoulders. Hold it up on 10, pulse it up. 9, 10, and release. So we've got 2 reds and a blue on the reformer. You're gonna put your feet through the strap at the end. We are keeping our ring, but bring it back in front of you. Good. So heel the hands on the ring, and you are squeezing to your strength. Nobody would know how much you're squeezing, right? Only you. So fingers are out long, elbows are kind of soft, and you have 3 different points. You have the center heel of your hand, your thumb, or your pinky. So you can also kind of play with where you want to feel that strength. Turn your ring upright like a drive steering wheel. Yep, perfect. So as you roll back, I want you to squeeze into the ring and round through the spine. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl and release as you come back up. Rounding under the tail, squeezing into the ring. And then upper abs roll you back to seated. Exhale, rounding other squeeze. Resist as you come up. One more like this. Curling back. Squeeze and release as you come up. So now we're going to No squeeze as you round back. Take a deep breath in. Upper abs curl and squeeze as you come forward. No squeeze as you go back. Upper abs squeeze into the ring as you come forward. Good. 3. You can feel a deeper connection into your core as you come up, as you squeeze into that ring. 2. And 1. Good. Adding on, one last time, we're going down a ladder. So find that C curve where you can hold and feel supported and strong in your core. So you're rounded back. Soften the shoulders, keep your gaze lifted, and squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curl back to seated. Deep breath in. Roll under the tail, roll back. Lift the arms just a little bit higher. Relax your shoulders. Squeeze here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Upper abs curl you back to seated. Roll back. Arms lift just a little higher from there. Squeeze 3, 2, 1. Upper abs curl you to seated. Roll under. Lift the arms a little higher from there. 1, 2. Upper abs curl you to seated. So when we go back this time, the last one squeeze, it's a halo over your head. So roll under the tail. Arms are a halo over your head. Squeeze and curl to seated. Release. It gets so much harder when the arms go up. Place your ring off to the side. Do a little figure 4 stretch, crossing one ankle over your thigh. Good job. Making sure you get both sides. So we are going to use the ring just for one move with our feet and straps. And I'm going to give you guys the option of whether you want to work your inner thighs or work your outer thighs. So either one, it's your choice. So we're changing to our feet straps. Take your boxes off. And everybody will be on 2 red only, so no blue, 2 red only. And then when you lay on down, just place your ring at your chest. So the ring is at your person. And then put your feet in your straps. So push away, no, stay there. Put your feet in your straps. Yep, there you go. Good. So then you choose whether you want inner thighs, so it'll be inner ankles, outer thighs, outer ankles with the ring. So whatever you want to work. So if you want your inner thighs, inner ankles, not inner thighs, so go up to your ankle bones. Yep, there you go. And if you want outer thighs, it'll be outer ankles. Perfect. So we're just holding the ring. So I don't want you to feel like you're squeezing. Just holding it at this point is enough, okay? So long legs, lower down. And long legs, fold and stretch back up. Long legs, lower. Tail's heavy, glutes relax as you lift. Exhale to press and reach away from you. Inhale to fold and stretch back up. Out and down. Resist as you lift. Make sure that tail widens as your legs lift. Your glutes relax as your legs lift. Fold the legs up to the sky. Hold it here. Feel your legs sink down into the mat. And you're squeezing the ring. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4. Change your mind. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go halfway down and squeeze. 10. So legs halfway down. 9. Yep. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down to your point of control. Reaching long. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, pulse as your legs lift straight up. So you're squeezing as you lift and squeeze as you lower. Squeeze as you lift. Squeeze as you lower. 2 more rounds. Up. And down. And up. And down. Last time. Up.
Thank you.
And down. Bend your knees in. Remove your ring. Oh, thank God. You can have your knees in for a moment. I know how that feels. Because like going right into circles after that is like, no, you're gonna be crazy. Just let it relax. Let it relax. All right, y'all. Here I'm gonna stare. Long legs to the sky. Big circles all the way down, around, and up. Good. Down, around, and up. Two more. Last one. Good. Let's reverse that direction. Sweeping out and around. Last two. And last one. Grab at your straps closer towards the heart where it will give you a deeper stretch down the back of the legs into the lower back. Just feeling like you're pulling down on those straps. Let the legs open out wide to the side and maybe rocking a bit from right to left. Maybe bending one leg, keeping one leg out wide, feeling a deeper stretch into the inner thighs, waistline. And switching sides. Good. And then you guys are all through. Good job, everyone.